It's also important to talk about how India is back on COVID alert, and the Bharat Jodo Yatra is also happening in the backdrop of India being on a COVID alert. The Union Health Minister has just announced that cases of COVID have risen, and the Health Minister has gone on to say that we are working on alert mode. The ministry is sharing information with states and wants to alert citizens to use masks and to avoid crowded places. Use of sanitizers and COVID protocols should be in place. That's what the Union Health Minister had to say. Let's also listen into what Mansukh Mandavia said.
देश में आज कोविड का केस बढ़ा है और देश में कोविड महामारी न फैले, उसके लिए हम अलर्ट मोड पर काम कर रहे हैं। राज्यों के साथ इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर कर रहे हैं। हम देश के सभी नागरिक को भी अलर्ट करना चाहते हैं कि आप मास्क का उपयोग करें, आप जरूरत बिना कारण से भीड़ में न जाइए, सैनिटाइजर का उपयोग करें, कोविड एप्रोप्रिएट बिहेवियर का पालन करें, ताकि हम कोविड को रोक पाए और देश को सुरक्षित रख पाए।
All right, our correspondent Shireen Elizabeth joins me on the phone line with more details. Shireen, in the backdrop of the huge, massive gatherings that we are seeing take place, whether it is the Bharat Jodo Yatra or even the festive season taken into consideration, important to highlight what the Health Minister has to say.
Certainly, and it's very crucial that what he has in fact been saying. If you see the data from the last 3 days, the first day, in fact, the cases were about 150, then it jumped to 167. And today, in last 24 hours, the cases have in fact gone beyond 200. Of course, that is what Union Minister is also saying, that at the moment, the cases are in fact slowly increasing, though the positivity rate is very low at the moment. But even then, we need to be vigilant, and that is why they are in close monitoring situation with all the states as well. They are closely connected with all the states. They have asked all the states to ensure that the oxygen PSCs are well equipped. Apart from that, Tuesday is when there is going to be a mock drill that is planned across this country, where a mock drill will be conducted in healthcare centers as well as in hospitals to see how well equipped the health infrastructure of the country at the moment is, to ensure that in case the situation goes out of hand, India at the moment can handle the situation, and that is why such proactive measures and steps are being taken at the moment.
Absolutely. India believing in the practice of prevention is better than cure. Many thanks to you, Shireen Elizabeth, for bringing all those inputs. And speaking of the COVID situation in the country, as COVID-19 is emerging as a renewed threat ahead of the holiday season, the Health Ministry has, of course, also come up with a new travel advisory, which states that RT-PCR testing will be mandatory for international arrivals from China, Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, and even Thailand. Remember, these are the countries which are reporting a surge in COVID-19 cases. On arrival from any of these countries, if any passenger is found symptomatic or tests positive for COVID-19, then he or she will be put under quarantine. Let's also get you a ground zero report by our correspondent Yash from the international airport.
Due to resurgence of COVID in China, authorities in India are also on alert. And in fact, today Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia has said that all international passengers coming in from countries like China, Japan and other certain countries have to go under a mandatory RT-PCR test upon arrival at all the international airports in India. And in fact, this has been done owing to the situation what is happening in China. Though the minister has maintained and the authorities in central government has maintained that the situation in country is right now normal and there is no need to panic, and all these precautionary measures are taken to avoid any sort of situation which could appear or which could happen in the future. In fact, I'm coming to you from the Indira Gandhi International Airport, and I'll show you the visuals from this very airport. And in fact, I'll also give you a glimpse of how people are taking up the masking and following social protocols, social distancing protocols. You can see most of the people are still very relaxed about this entire COVID situation, but the government has actually requested them to follow all the COVID protocols, be it masking, be it maintaining social distancing.